So back to this stinky tofu sandwich. What kind of diarrhea does that produce?
You know, people always ask about diarrhea.
It must be phenomenal.
And here's the secret. It's like in the Avengers, there's this scene with the Hulk where they're asking like, oh, you can control your anger now. And he goes, that's my secret. I'm always angry.
Right.
Right. So I always have diarrhea. And I don't remember the last time it was just like a nice, really solid one. So
Have
back
you
to
ever
the
gone
tofu.
to a doctor? It might be an issue.
It might be, but then what? I got a brother allergic to milk. I got a brother allergic to gluten.
That's pretty normal.
What he's going to say? Stop eating this stuff? I'm not going to stop. This is my job.
All right.
The thing about the tofu, this is what I was going to say, and this was a pivotal moment for me, a realization, which is I literally had anxiety before walking in there. I was like, oh my God, what if I eat this and I throw up? It's going to look disrespectful. Then I didn't show up Andrew Zimmern, and I looked at it this way. I said, I need to eat this food. I need to put my mouth around this sandwich, and I need to have the perspective and the mindset of a local person. I shouldn't be like someone on Fear Factor trying to get it down and just, I need to accept it. I need to try to enjoy it, and I need to think about what would local people enjoy about this. And that worked. And that's what I do anytime I'm eating something pretty unusual around the world. It's not always something I'm pumped to eat. But when I was with the Datoga tribe in Tanzania, and they've just ripped open this cow, they've got blood in one gourd and then gastric acid from the small intestine, essentially liquid green shit, and they're tearing off pieces of raw liver. This wasn't in the outline. It's just happening. And they're like, we got to roll. They're doing it. We got to roll now.
So they dip the liver into the gastric acid?
Into both. Yeah,
that is
they
so wild.
double dip. And let me tell you, they double dip. So they go blood, gastric acid, they toss it down, and it's one of the most strange experiences I'd ever had, but I loved it because I loved how the people there were so into it. And for them too, people talk about, you never want to be overtly disrespectful on camera, but oftentimes people are aware within their own culture if they're eating something strange.
So here's you doing this.
Oh yeah, that's a different one. So,
okay. But
that's right. So this is
similar.
also, we're watching a video here with the Maasai, also in Tanzania. In Tanzania, they have a very interesting way to kill the goat. What you see here is that the blood has pooled inside, and I'm scooping out the blood with my hands. It's still warm, and
it's coagulating too.
They slurp it up. Well, and you got to try to get it all before it coagulates too much. And if you hesitate, like, oh, I need to get in the right headspace, it's going to be gone. They're going to eat it all.
Jeez. There's a lot of Native American tribes that would take raw liver and squirt bile on it. Yeah, they would squirt like gallbladder juice on it. And
have you had bile?
No.
It's the most bitter thing you'll ever taste. All I can compare it to is if, when you are a young man, if you dry heave to the point of just throwing up stomach acid, it's that.
So why would they want that on their food?
Remarkably, cultures around the world develop a taste for the extremes in different directions. There's the four main tastes that people talk about, whether it's like sour, savory, sweet, places like stuff that's really salty or bitter in the case of bile. In northern Thailand, they will take the buffalo bile and drip it over their rice, their sticky rice, over raw buffalo meat. It's just been a taste that they've acquired over time.
And they look forward to it.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever talked to a doctor or a nutritionist? Is there some sort of a reason to do that? Like, is there some nutritional benefits to putting that stuff on your food?
Bile in particular?
Yeah.
I've not talked to a doctor. I don't know that many doctors.
That would be an interesting question to ask. Like, why would tribes do that? Like, maybe there's some sort of a secondary, not just a taste thing, but maybe there's some sort of a benefit.
Yeah, I've seen it a few different places around the world. In Vietnam, I experienced it too, mostly in Southeast Asia. But yeah, some folks just really love the intensely bitter flavor. Yeah, it's an interesting question because I guess if you're looking at the lens of evolution, like, what do you call it? Through evolution, like looking at societies and cultures through like evolutionary biology, you might assume like, well, people ate things because they were the right things to eat, but sometimes they ate things because they were available.
Right.
And with that one, I couldn't tell you.
But, do they ever eat the liver without all the other nasty stuff? connected to it? Just raw liver? Because raw liver itself is difficult.
Yes, agreed. Yeah, so it was nice to be distracted by the green poop juice on there.